I hope you're well. My name's Chris Smith and welcome to my saxophone journey. So about 2 months ago I bought a saxophone and I've been learning to play it ever since, and today I wanted to share with you how much progress you can make playing the saxophone in just 2 months. So just to give you a bit of an idea, I practice most days, not every day but most days, and I try and practice twice a day, about kind of half an hour, 45 minutes each time. So it's not kind of manic. I'm not doing this like 8 hours a day or anything like that. It kind of feels achievable for me, and the point of this video isn't to say you could make the same amount of progress. You know, you might pick it up really quickly and make a lot more progress than me, or make less progress than me, and it depends on all sorts of different things, but it's just to give you an idea. So what you'll find in this video is the first thing I'm going to show you is what things were like on day one. So the very first day when I came back from the exercise, I came back from the saxophone shop. I'd been given an exercise by my tutor because I had like one kind of taster lesson with him, and so you'll see what that was like. And then after about a month, I was kind of played a few songs. So I'm going to show you the progress that I'd made after a month by showing you one song that I was learning at that point. And then after 2 months, the next video that I'm going to show you is the song that I'd learned after 2 months. So you can kind of see, you know, day one, then month one, then month two, and that will kind of give you a good idea as to how much progress I made. As I say, you may or may not make as much or more progress than me. The other thing that I'm just going to explain to you is some of the lessons that I've learned. You know, the whole point, I think, if you're thinking of playing the saxophone, or you're brand new, if you're an absolute beginner like me, then there's lots of lessons that you learn at the beginning, so I'm just going to share a few of those with you. So first off, have a look at what I was like on day one. This is coming up now. Okay, so exercise 1 is G. I'm having to learn to read music at the same time, so I apologise for being slow. So exercise 1 is G's and A's. G's and A's. No, it is B and A. Right, hold on. I'll be with you in a minute. B and A. Right. There you go, exercise number 1. Okay, so as you can see, it was kind of quite clunky, and there wasn't a lot of song there, but I guess that's like with anybody. It's quite nice actually on the very first day to be able to get a few notes from your saxophone. So that was in day 1. The lessons that I learned right at the beginning, I think, were firstly, it's a really good idea to get a teacher if you can. I found just a local professional saxophone player who gives lessons. I go and see him once a week for half an hour, and we just go through a few exercises. The beauty of it is, because it's once a week, if I start to do something a bit wrong while I'm practicing, he can kind of spot that really quickly before it becomes a bad habit that's really difficult to get out of. So I would certainly recommend you get yourself a teacher. You know, there's loads of stuff you can view online on YouTube, for example, that will teach you all these things as well. But that's all one way. That's just you learning and nobody giving you feedback on how things are going. So that's why I would say, firstly, get yourself a good teacher. Secondly, songs are kind of why most people learn to play the saxophone. So it's really important to have fun and pick some songs that you like to play and you want to hear and you enjoy, because you'll enjoy that. But I think it's also important, again, a lesson that I've learned at the beginning, to do some basic exercises to learn what the different notes are on the saxophone and to play them, to learn your scales. There's a video I did, if you have a look at it, in fact I'll put a link in just here on why it's important to learn scales and how I learn scales. It can seem a bit like, you know, oh my god, you know, my teachers told me I've got to learn these scales and they're really boring. But they are kind of useful for you as you progress and become a better player. So have a look at that video that I just linked in if you want to learn why scales are important. So the next video I'm going to share with you now is, this is where I got to at the end of the first month. So I'd been practicing a few songs, and there was one song that I liked at that time, So I'm going to play that for you now. So there we go, still not perfect. Feels like it's getting better and better every time, but kind of the longer I learn it, the improvements seem to be less and less, but really enjoyed learning that. So that was, if you didn't recognise it, the sax intro to Mr. Saxo Beat by Alexandra Stan. So that was the end of month one, and you can see a little bit of progress there. There's a recognisable song from that. And I really enjoyed doing that, so that was great. It's really nice to be able to play a song that you enjoy. So that was the end of the first month, after about 31 days. So in the last month, the other sorts of things that I've learned are, I would probably say that one of the bits of feedback I got a lot from my videos and also from my teacher was the importance of practicing long tones. Now, what does that mean? Usually when you're playing on a saxophone, you'll see people and they're going bap, 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 and it's all very just short sort of songs, short notes, and that's how you you get the music. But playing a long tone is basically taking a big breath and trying to blow the same note and just holding it for as long as you can, really, 20-25 seconds. And it's really important to try to do that, because then you'll hear the sound. If you've got an app on your phone, or you've got a tuner so you can see whether you're being consistent with that, that's really important for your breathing. And so many times I've heard people say the long tones give you control over the note, but also control over your breathing. And as you get to play more and more songs, you'll have pieces of music that you're having to play quite quickly from one breath, and if you're trying to breathe really quickly in between each one, it just doesn't work. So you need to have good control of your breathing, and playing those long tones seems to be a really good way to build control over your playing, but also control over your breathing. So that was a few lessons that I've learned. So finally, what I want to share with you now is the song that I've just finished learning, really. So it's, well, I'll never finish learning, will you? You always can make it better, and certainly I can get a lot more out of this one. But this was the song that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks, up until the end of month 2. So I'll share this with you now. Backing track on. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. This was my saxophone journey so far, and it's basically how much progress can you make in just 2 months. As you've seen there, from day 1 to month 1 to month 2, you can make quite a lot of progress, And as I say, you can make a lot more than me. I'm just practicing a couple of times a day, just 30-45 minutes. If you put more time in, or you're just more musically talented than me, which wouldn't be difficult, then you might pick it up a lot quicker. Anyway guys, thanks ever so much for all of your support. One of the things that I really appreciate from all of you is that the comments, the feedback, the help, the encouragement. So please continue to do that. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, then you can continue to get these videos every time I put a new one out. I'm trying to post them very regularly, every day. If not every day, then kind of at least 3-4 times a week. So you can subscribe to my channel just by clicking on here. And if you want to see kind of my latest versions of the different songs that I've made, then there's a playlist that I've made just here. You can click on that. Otherwise guys, thanks ever so much for your support and help, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.